No introduction. Over to you, Mark.
Okay, thank you. It's 1993 I first set foot in India, and in my many visits there since, I always have this consistent thought, which is India is always changing, always the same. And what I mean by that is the changing is this infrastructure growth in people you were talking about earlier, and the technology that's there. But the same is the fabric of society, the culture, the people, the religion that pervades through. So you have an India that doesn't move, and an India that's moving at a fantastic rate that I see. So I'm here to talk from a slightly different perspective. We're actually just in the process of setting up in India. We've been exporting there for the last 5 years, and we've now got to the point where we actually need to set up on our own. So I'm going to give you my experience of the help that we've been finding, and hopefully that'll be translated to you. So we're a global aerospace supply chain company, headquartered here in Derby. Offices all over the world, and warehouse facilities throughout Europe, in the US, China, Singapore, Poland. We don't actually make anything. We're in effect a kind of wholesale distributor, but we're much more than that. We manage the end-to-end supply chain. So we're managing in terms of helping their forecasting. We're using our buying power with as strategic customers and suppliers, and managing that supply chain through. Main customer is actually Rolls-Royce, which is one of the reasons we're here in Derby, but we're also delivering into United Technologies and Safran engines in France. We're setting up in Bangalore because Bangalore is the center of the aerospace industry in India. The aerospace industry is growing at a fantastic rate. In terms of you were talking earlier about the Mumbai airport problems. India, the domestic airline market, is growing at, well, revenue passenger miles, the main measure, probably 10, maybe even 15% per year. The Indian domestic aerospace market, the airline market, has actually got one of the world's youngest fleets. I think the perception, again, we're talking about outside perceptions, is that you have, sort of go down early and wind up the aircraft. Most of the actual operators, people like Indigo, are taking on very, very new fleets and taking the A320neo. It's a great opportunity. So we're at the moment exporting everything from here in Derby out to India. We just have one person there who's actually there on a overseas citizen of India card. He does two years there with his Punjabi parents. He gets that. It's a very useful tool for not having to worry about visas every month. But we've got to the stage where our customers are growing, and we've also got not significant customs issues. The customs issues are generally okay, maybe 2 or 3 days delay, sometimes a week, 2 weeks at most, but generally we're clearing things in 2 or 3 days, unlike a place like Indonesia where you're taking 2 to 3 weeks. So, but we want to be there next to our customers. So in the process of finding a facility and setting up a warehouse facility in Bangalore. And for us to be able to do that, we're taking on, setting up our own wholly owned subsidiary. So it'll be Pattonair In India, private limited or whatever. And we may also, and this is what we're going through at the moment, have to do a joint venture type activity to allow us to access the defence market. Because that's we can do the civil from the outside, but from it's more difficult. In terms of support, now you've already heard about the High Commission support and the Access India programme. Also, I've used for many years for various countries is the Department of International Trade, which is they didn't used to be called that, but that's what they are now. UK government funded business. So we have support in Bangalore. So they have 15 sectors that they manage globally, and they're very good at giving you free advice and support. I use them both in Bangalore, where the aerospace guys are situated, and Whitehall, where obviously the UK guys are situated. The High Commission are supportive as well, and the UK India Business Council. And also, one of the issues that I found, we've been doing the same in Poland, and it was quite easy to find information about our Polish potential customers, and to get that information. Whereas for India, I found that much more difficult, getting good information out about how people are operating. But the Indian Chamber of Commerce are actually a useful tool to tap into as well, and they've got some good information there. Again, they're happy to support. And the final thing is again, like yourself said, Craig, to take on local advice. So we're using CBRE in terms in Bangalore for our supporting our property search, and we're using PwC in terms of like the tax and the setup. The information and support is good. I set up a business, a joint venture in Kazakhstan once, and in a previous life, and there wasn't anything like the support that you get for setting up India. So it is much easier to get that information and support for that. Again, I think it was mentioned relationships. It's not just like the UK industry where you can just sit down and start having business meetings straight off. I travel there pretty much every 5 or 6 weeks, and that's all about developing relationships and making sure that they trust us, because it's a lot about trust. Yes, facts and figures, cost, important, but the trust is always something that comes to the issue as well. We're going to have to work with these people and work on it. That's everything from me for the moment, so